guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen Leanne. I'm a cruelty-free YouTuber, and I'm excited for this video because I have seen a lot of stuff online and reviews about this new palette. Some people love it, and a lot of people have thumbnails indicating that they did not love it. Now, I purchased this with my own money. I used to be on Anastasia's PR list at some point in time. I don't know why I was removed from it. It could have been an accident. I'm not really sure.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is serious.
I know. This really is the world's smallest violin. See?
But I've loved Anastasia's products, so that wasn't gonna stop me, obviously, from getting, I'm a makeup enthusiast. I buy what I love, and if it gets sent to me, that's even better, that's great. But this did not get sent to me, so I purchased this a couple days ago. It looks like this. It's got a lot of interesting, unique kind of colors in it. It reminds me of an old RV that my parents used to have that just had like old 70s, 60s colors just like puked onto the curtains and stuff. It works for a palette. It wasn't working for that motorhome, but it works for this palette. Dipping into this, doing this little face chart that I did right here of the look that I wanted to do, I was really surprised at how much kickback there was. And that's kind of that's the consensus that's going around right now, that there's a lot of kickback to this and it's just not maybe pressed well. Well, owning a company myself and knowing kind of the process of, creating makeup and working with a lab and stuff, I know that you can there's a certain, I don't know the actual name of it, but there's a certain material that is mixed with pigments and when they're pressed to make it so it sticks together more and there's not a lot of kickback. So yes, the more pigmented a product is or eyeshadow is, there is gonna be a little bit more kickback, but it doesn't mean that there should be a ton of it. So I feel like maybe with this, there wasn't enough of that additive put in here, and that may be why it's doing that. We're gonna go ahead and swatch this. I'm gonna swatch these over my tattoo so you guys can see, how pigmented they are. I'm just gonna use my finger, and then we're going to jump right into a little tutorial with this, and I'm interested to see how it performs, because everyone's experience is completely different. My opinion on the kickback might be completely different than yours. So we'll see, we can see what we think about it. I also am gonna be doing my base after I do that, because with what I saw come off on this paper here and what I've seen on other people's videos, there's gonna be some fallout. So, and I typically always do my base after anyway, just so I don't get shy with like packing the color on. So let's swatch. Swatched pretty nicely. One that I was really disappointed in was Cube. That looks super holographic and fun, and I thought it was gonna swatch a lot better than that. That doesn't mean, just because something swatches bad doesn't mean that it's not gonna look good on the eye, so we'll find out. Because I have incorporated that into this look that I have planned out. I never plan my looks out, so, I'm doing pretty good tonight. And then also Electric, like the pictures that I've seen, it's looked very it's very green looking and stuff. And when I swatched this, it looks a little more like kind of like a moon dust, kind of like glittery eyeshadow as opposed to like an actual like pigment. I just saw like a little bit of the pigment and then a lot of glitter, and I thought it was gonna be kind of like a metallic-y, like pigmented, eyeshadow. So, everything else swatches pretty great. So let's just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes and then we'll get started with this. I'll be right back. One thing I will say about this brush is, so this side feels really soft, which is nice. And this side is like really gross.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Some hairs are really fine and some are like thicker and it just feels like wiry, you know? This feels really cheap to be in a $42 palette. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna be, all right, look at this. I mean, that is a serious amount of product coming off onto the brush for sure. I'm just gonna kind of use this as a base for the rest of the shades that I'm gonna be doing. I mean, it's blending out really nicely. There's no fallout on my face. I mean, a lot came off in the palette and on my brush, which does waste a lot, but so far it's applying really nicely. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to get my hair done, thank goodness, because it is looking like a serious pile. Like seriously, I was gonna film this look tomorrow and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna be at the hair salon all day. What is up with this? I did not give this permission to be on my face right now. I'm gonna go ahead and take Electric, which is that greenish kind of shade, and I'm gonna put it on my brow bone. Like, see, that is really unimpressive. Like, I don't know, nothing's happening. I don't really know how people are getting that to turn up looking so green and stuff. I wonder if they're just putting it over eyeshadow primer or something. It's a little bit better, but that's a little disappointing. Even when I'm doing this in it, there's like not that much on the brush, which is not what we've been seeing with the rest of the colors. I'm gonna go ahead and take Untamed right here. Ooh. I'm just gonna put this like in the crease. I mean, it's blending out pretty well for me, this one, which I'm surprised because usually greens are kind of chalky and like hard to get like to stick down to one spot. But this is blending out actually pretty nicely. Gonna take Axis right here, and this is just like a darker green. So I'm gonna put this on the outer edge of my lid right here, as well as in the crease, just to darken this up a little bit. Taking an even smaller little brush. Do have to do that a lot. I'm gonna be taking Rowdy right here and also putting it in the crease to darken it up. And I'm just gonna lay it right there. I wanted to create a look with like a lot of these shades in it too, just so I could kind of give it a fair judgment. For some reason, my eye is not picking up color right here. I don't know why that is, but maybe it's a little dry patch or something, but it's not doing it on the other side, so I'm not gonna chalk it up to it being the palette. Why is no eyeshadow sticking to that? Whatever. I'm gonna put Adorn right on the middle of my eyelid. Just gonna kind of like pack it on there. I'm gonna try this with a brush. Typically, the finger works better for those types of shades, but all right, that's not very exciting. Okay, I was really excited for that shade, and that shade kind of just sucks. We're gonna, you know, give it the best chance that it's got, and I'm gonna load some on the brush. We're gonna wet the brush with some rose water, and let's see. I still have hope. That's better. Now, going in with Edge, I'm gonna apply this right in here. I do like this shade a lot. I think it's really cool. Okay, so I went ahead and did like my base and my highlight and my blush and all that good stuff because You didn't come here to see that today. You came here to see this palette, the look, my opinion on it. Maybe not. Maybe you just found yourself on this odd side of the internet and on YouTube and you don't know how you got here. Black holes do exist. All right, so last thoughts and opinions of this palette. I don't really know what everyone's problem is with it. Like, I get it. It has a lot of kickback, and would it be cooler if it had less of that? Sure. But you get a lot of cool colors in here, a lot of cool shades. I always call them colors. So, I mean, if you like these shades and you like Anastasia, I would say this is worth it. As you can see, I have gouged out on accident a bit of this one, and this one. So that's unfortunate. They are very soft. This shade, and this one were a little bit of a disappointment for me. Specifically Cube and Electric. Adorn was like, okay, it was all right with like when you moisten the brush, but overall, I like this palette. I think it's nice. I am not sorry that I spent $42 on it. And is there a lot of kickback? Yes, there is a lot of kickback on a lot of these. Are they soft? Yes, they are. And that's just a matter of, you know, them not being pressed hard enough, or as hard as you guys or the people that have been reviewing them that have been giving them the thumbs down would like them. And it's, you know, maybe needs a little bit more of that product that I don't know what it is that helps it stay compacted together and stick together. So, but the more of that you add, the less pigment you get, which is why typically with like eyeshadows that have a lot of pigment, people always say that there's a lot of kickback. It's because there's like the more of that product, I need to find out what it's called. The more of that that's in the eyeshadow, the less pigment there is. And the more of it there's less kickback. So that's kind of the deal with that. But that would not prevent me from getting this palette. Obviously it didn't prevent me from getting this palette, and I'm not sorry that I bought it. I do really like this palette. So what I would say when you're using this is definitely do your base afterwards, unless you plan on wiping away underneath the eyes or you have shadow shields on or something. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions and first impressions on this palette. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I'm sure you guys have watched some of the other videos of some other YouTubers and beauty bloggers and stuff that have used this, that have strong opinions towards it one way or the other. And this is not to take away from any of their opinions either. It's just, makeup's a personal preference. That's why some people really like certain brands and it doesn't work for other people. That's just how it kind of goes. So, let's be nice in the comments to everybody and let everybody have their own opinions. But I'd love to hear your opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be reading through those as soon as this video goes live. I look forward to chatting with you guys. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me for a little bit. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy first impressions videos and swatch videos. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. He's so aggressive towards the birds. What did the birds ever do to you? Why are you being so judgmental?